In the last couple of sections, we went through the setup process on Kubernetes on Mac OS and Windows. To make sure that everything is working as we expect now, I'm going to open up my terminal and run minikube status. When I do so, I should see minikube running, cluster running, and kubectl correctly configured. I'm also going to run the command kubectl cluster-info, like so. And I should see a message like this right here appear. If you see any warning or any error message, it means that something went wrong during the setup process. And you will want to flip over to the QA section on this video and go through a little bit of troubleshooting steps to get everything fixed up. Okay, so now that everything is up and running, we're going to set ourselves a little short-term goal. So we're going to say that as a short-term goal, we want to take the multi-client image that we had put together over the last couple of sections and get it up and running on our Kubernetes cluster that is now locally created on your machine by Minikube, running as a container. So that's the goal. Now, to just say this as a goal without giving any kind of directions or path to get to it is kind of hard. So I'm going to show you a sequence of diagrams that are going to give you a good idea of how to transfer some of your existing knowledge in the area of Docker Compose over to all this Kubernetes stuff. All right, so here we go. We've put together several Docker Compose files throughout this course. And when we were working on the multi-container project, we ended up with a Docker file that had a couple of different services inside of it. Now there's a couple of observations I want to make about the Docker Compose files that we've created throughout this course. The first observation I want to make is that in these Docker Compose files, every entry, or in other words, each of these different services that we created, can optionally use Docker Compose to build the image. And we did that with Nginx, with Worker, and the client. Remember, we specified the build section that provided the path to a context and a Docker file as well. The next observation I have is that each of the entries inside of here represents specifically a container we wanted to create. We were only creating containers through Docker Compose. We did not create any other type of software or program or anything like that. It was specifically containers that were being created inside of our Docker Compose file. Now that might sound like a weird thing to observe, but let's just hold on for that for right now.